Good afternoon. My name is Donna Thiesel, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge Talk Show. Thank you so much for watching every day, Monday through Friday, from 1 to 3 p.m. Central, as I get to ride home with you in the afternoon. It's always such a fun ride. Again, thank you so much for watching. You can find us on the radio at iscradio.media. You can also find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications, and Abundant Television, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. And don't forget the podcast at thenewscasters.com. You can also send an email. My email address is donna@donnasedge.com. I would love to get your recommendations from shows, or if you would love for me just to do a little research for you, I'll be glad to do that because you're the reason I do this anyway, right? So send an email again. That's donna@donnasedge.com. We're going to be talking about comfrey. We're going to be talking about how to plant it, how to sprout it. We're also going to be talking about the benefits of the comfrey plant. I'm pretty sure you're going to find this very, very interesting. We'll be right back in just a few minutes. Let's go ahead and start with video number 1. Okay, we're back. My name is Donna, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge Talk Show. You can find us on television, channel 182 on Charter Communications, Abundant Television, found on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire. And don't forget the podcast, thenewscasters.com. And the beautiful music you hear in the background comes from our radio station, icradio.media. And I wanted to show you something. I love my floral teas. So this is some tea that I actually made, and I made a simple syrup out of it. So all I have to do is open up the can, and or jar rather, and I'll add some water to it. And this is wonderful. This is made out of marigolds and lemon verbena. Oh, it's like I have summertime all through the winter time with this tea, and it is awesome. So I'm going to drink some of it, and then we're going to get started. Love it. Keeps me going, and it's all natural. Be careful what you buy from a company that says they're all natural. They may not be. Okay, now I went on ahead and instead of just planting a seed in the ground, I went on ahead and I got some comfrey seeds, and I just sprouted them. And all I did was get a paper towel, and I did this on the 28th of February. So you can see they're doing really well. Now, you got to be gentle with these, okay, because they kind of get locked into the paper towel. But the paper towel is not going to hurt a thing. I mean, it's biodegradable, and it doesn't have a print on it. It's a natural material. And so I'm going to plant these seeds down in here inside these little compartments, okay, and we're going to see what comes out of that. Remember, we're going to put the date on it, okay? Now, the first thing I want to do, I've got my rainwater. I collect rainwater, and so to make it easy and it doesn't splatter so much, I'm just going to go ahead and just kind of gently soak that paper, okay? So that's going to make it easier when we're ready to plant them. Okay, now, I put together some of my soil. And also, you know, we actually make our own dirt out of the compost. But I do buy peat moss. I like that. It's all natural. And the peat moss is actually going to help your plants retain the water. Okay, so they need to that's what happens to a lot of plants. So with a plant, what you have is the root. And I'm just going to kind of tear this one off a little bit so you can see what I'm talking about. And again, I'm leaving the paper on there. That way I'm not damaging my roots. You can't damage the roots. So the 3 components of any plant, and this is the comfrey plant, and we're going to talk about why comfrey is so good for you. It will wind up with a huge taproot, so be careful where you plant this, okay? Because if it's somewhere you don't want it to ever come up again, it'll continually come up, and the root just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. Okay, so here are I don't want you to see my ugly fingernails. I meant to do my fingernails and I forgot. Okay, so as you can see right here are those beautiful little roots that are coming out. That's why I like sprouting my beans. And I thought about that. If I'm going to sprout beans and peanuts, maybe I need to do the same thing with this comfrey because it has such a big root. Okay, so this is component number 1, your root. And that root has to be taken care of. Otherwise, you're not going to have a healthy stem. Now, if you don't take care of the root and the stem, it goes up to the leaves. Now, when you're looking at the leaves of a mature plant, if it has yellowing on it, it could mean that it needs hydrogen. It can mean like a million different things. So anyway, I'm leaving this on here because the root is the most important part. If I don't take care of the root, then the rest of this plant is it's not going to be good at all. Okay, now this is what I'm going to do. Let's go ahead and put this down, and we're going to see how fast these plants grow. So let's go ahead and get started. Now you can use a pencil, an ink pen, whatever you want. I'm just going to use the bottom of this tool right here, and I'm going to make a hole. Oh, let me tell you, I went on ahead and I put the dirt in these. I also go around the corners, and I want to make sure that this is the only snug part to a plant. It's right around the edges, right around the corners. I want that to be snug. You know, I keep telling you over and over again, lightly do it, but when it comes to the edges, that does need to be snug. And then also what that's going to do is create a little heel right there. I want that heel. Now again, not the whole part now, not the whole section, but right in here. That's going to be the success to your plants. This is how I was able to propagate 120 of my lavender plants. And man, they're doing great. And these things have been in this greenhouse like all winter. Okay, now I'm just going to dig a little hole right like that. Doesn't need to be real deep. Probably about an inch, something like that. And I may change my mind. It all depends on the root and what the plant looks like when I put it in here. Okay, here we go. See, there's another little hole right there. Let's go ahead and have another one. And this is going to be so the root doesn't feel a bunch of pressure. And we don't want to stress a root out. I'm going to tell you what, if you stress a root, there's no massage therapy in the world that's going to help them. Okay, they're going to be mad at you forever. So let's take care of the roots. All right. I don't know that I've got 12 plants, but anyway, we'll plant something else in there as well. I don't let what soil go to waste. Okay, now this is the one that I just got right here. So I'm going to put him right here. Now I want the see this right here? Okay, that paper towel right there. Again, now no print is on it. It has absolutely nothing printed on it. So that's going to make a good system. Okay, I'm doing this with my fingers. Okay, so here we go. I've planted that beautiful little comfrey, and he's right there. Okay, let's see what the rest of them do. It won't take us long. And again, now I'm taking it off of the paper towel. I don't want to just rip it off, because if I do that, it's going to affect my root system. So I'm just going to use my fingers, and I'm going to pinch that off. I'm pinching the paper. I'm not pinching my beautiful little plant there. And this will be comfrey number 2. Now what I want to do is open that up, because some of the root is down here as well. Okay, there, I'm going to put my finger in there just to make sure it's the way it needs to be. Okay, and some of them are going to lay down until I get more water in them. As a matter of fact, here's my rainwater. Let's go ahead and put some water in it. Okay, now watch how I'm putting the water in, and I'm kind of going around the plant. Okay. Alright, I'm going to press another one, pinch another one off. Here. Now see, this one's connected to this one, so let's go ahead and tear him off. There's 2 of them, see. I want to be careful. I don't want the root system damaged. Okay, you can see he's got a pretty little root on him, right there. Let's go ahead and put him down in here, into this. He's going to be so happy. Okay, and again, I just want to go around it, and I want to drench it, because the roots are what I want to be watered, not necessarily the top of that plant. Okay, we got us another one right here, and he's a good mark too. See, he's got some beautiful little roots right there. He's pretty. Yeah, I like to brag on them and tell them how pretty they are. I sure do. And again, I'm putting the whole paper in there. That way I'm not damaging those roots. And again, I'm pressing only around that plant. then I'll go on ahead and put a little water around it. I'm just interested in the roots right now getting watered. And this one's really showing out. Look at all those roots. He's pretty. I don't know if you can see it. See how gorgeous he is? He's pretty. Alright, let's go ahead and put him down here. I'm going to dig this one just a smidgen bit deeper, because I want to make sure those roots are really covered. Okay, now I'm lifting him up, and then here we go. Again, I'm pressing around it. It's quicker when you do it this way. If you just plant the seed, it seems like it takes a lot longer. Now here's a good example of something I wanted to tell you about. Okay, see this one right here? It still has that seed coating on it. I'm taking that off because it could affect the growth. It's going to go in my compost pile, and it's just a tiny little thing, but we're going to make that work. See, I took those little seed coating off. It needs to be off. Okay, is that 2 plants or is that 1 plant? I've got to be gentle. Oh, this winds up being 2 plants. Cool. Alright, let's go ahead and put him down in here. I'd like to have a little bit of that paper in there. I just think it's a good protective. Again, I would not use paper towels with a bunch of color print on them. Probably wouldn't hurt, but I say better safe than sorry. Alright, so far, out of a seed packet, right, so far we've got 6 plants. Now imagine what this would have cost had, I think there's another one. I wound up with 3 on that one. How awesome is that? I may wind up filling this thing yet. Okay, so, and it doesn't have a seed coating on it or anything like that. Let's just take him and put him right here inside. Right there. Now he's going to be covered just a little bit, but I want some of his head showing up. Okay, here we go. I promise we're almost through. Normally, and you're thinking, oh, this takes forever to do this. It's mainly because I'm taking time to talk to you. There's a little root right there. I want him protected, so I'm going to get just a little bit more of that paper. Now I want the root to go down into this, so I'm going to go on ahead and just point it this way. And again, I'm taking... Now this needs to be kept in a nice warm place, and you know, here in Alabama we can have 4 seasons in one day, so I'll keep my eye on the weather, and if it gets colder tonight, I'll go ahead and put the heat mats up. But today it's morning hours, so right now we're just going to leave it like this. Okay, what else have I got? Here's another one, and he's got a healthy root on him too. It's a beautiful little root right there. Alright, let's put him here. Okay, there we go. Isn't he gorgeous? Comfrey is so good for you, and we're going to talk about this a little bit further in this segment when I get back in the studio. But I wanted to bring you out here in the greenhouse and let you see. But the neat thing about Comfrey is it is so good. That salve, you can make salve out of it. What we're going to do is, and see, he's got a tiny root on him, but we're still going to plant him. So what we're going to do is make Comfrey oil. And when the leaves, now those leaves are going to get huge, you know, kind of like that. And the taproot is going to be like super long. And I'm going to plant these around the fruit trees again. In the summertime, it's going to add nourishment to my fruit trees. And then in the wintertime, when they start going dormant, that root is going to feed them all summer long. I mean, all winter long, I'm sorry. I get so excited about all this stuff. Alright, now, I got a baby one right here. I don't know if this one's going to be good enough or not, but what we're going to do is take that seed cap off. Be very gentle. Now, I think I better leave the seed cap on him. It doesn't come off easy. If it doesn't come off easy, don't do it. Alright, let's go ahead and get just a little bit more of this paper towel, because he really needs to be protected. Okay, we'll put him right here. Put my finger in there. I can't bury him too deep, and so this one now is going to be a little experiment. It could be that I got this one too early, but you and I are going to figure this out together. So here we go. Again, he's got his seed cap. Normally I'd take that off, but it was too much of a struggle to take it off, so I just thought wise not to do that. We'll leave it on for a few days and see what happens. As he starts emerging, then we'll take it off. Now I'm going to see, do I have any more on there? I want to make sure because I don't want to waste them. And I think that's probably got them all. Okay. For extra protection, I'll tell you what you can do. You can tear off, and I'm going to really protect this baby right here since he had just a little bit. I'm going to put paper towel around here, around the front, and that'll just kind of help protect him just a little bit more. Wouldn't hurt to do it to all of them. Well, I'm not going to make you sit and watch me do all of this. I'll go ahead and put a label on it, and then we're going to talk about the benefits of Comfrey, and that's Comfrey. Thanks for watching. And that's some great info right there. Let's go ahead and cut into a commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to talk about the benefits of Comfrey and how it can make you more healthy. We'll be right back. Twin City Used Car Sales has been serving drivers in the Northeast Alabama area for years with a quality selection of late model used cars, SUVs, and pickup trucks. On top of our extensive selection and competitive prices, we offer professional auto financing services for used car buyers of all credit levels. Whether you've just begun your search or you're ready to secure your next vehicle, at Twin City Used Car Sales, you will drive away with the vehicle of your dreams. The sales and finance staff at Twin City Used Car Sales looks forward to serving you, and you can apply for financing online before your visit to our used dealership in Gadsden, Alabama. Check us out on the web at twincityusedcars.com or go by our location at 901 First Avenue, Gadsden, Alabama. We sincerely look forward to serving you. The Hatter Cafe and Country Inn is nestled in the northeast corner of Alabama the Beautiful in the delightful town of Mentone. We're located on top of scenic Lookout Mountain near Little River and DeSoto State Park and located only 5 minutes from shopping and restaurants. There is also a nearby community walking path and golf course. We welcome everyone through the doors, and we are committed to outstanding service for all guests. At the Hatter Cafe and Country Inn, we invite people from all walks of life to come and get away from it all, enjoy the open spaces, treetop views, fresh, clean air, and experience Southern hospitality at its finest. We look forward to hosting you. To reserve a special event, or if you would love a special getaway at the Country Inn, you can call us at 256-634-2018.
Are you ready?
We all wonder what tomorrow will bring, but the future lays itself at the feet of the prepared and surrenders to the will of the persistent. It's not easy, but today shapes you so you can shape tomorrow. With Northeast Alabama Community College, when the future asks if you're ready, you can answer
yes.
Begin your future at Northeast Alabama Community College.
The only place I buy my beef is Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama. Their cattle is born and raised on their ranch, grass and grain fed, and you can feel confident when you serve your family and friends because their beef is all natural and no antibiotics or hormones are added. You can buy whole beef or perhaps go in with family or friends and buy half. Their customer service is number one as they take care of the delivery to their local processor and can deliver to your home for a small added fee. They also offer herd replacement heifers. I always call Lone Tree Ranch in Collinsville, Alabama for my beef specialty recipes and cookouts, and you can too. Food shortages are increasing, so buy local by calling 256-523-6462. That's 256-523-6462.
My Towels solved a problem that we've all had with towels. You go into the stores and they feel lotiony and soft, but then you get them home and they wind dry you. That's why I made My Towels. They actually work, they're soft, and they absorb. And now I'm excited to announce 2 brand new lines of My Towels. What makes them the best towels ever is they're now made with 100% long staple Shapir cotton. This is a combed ring spun cotton that makes my towels even softer and more absorbent than ever. And now you get a 6-piece set for an amazing introductory sale price as low as $29.98. So go to mypillow.com or call the number on your screen. Use your promo code to get my towels for only $29.98. Or you can get my designer premium line for just $20 more. Either way, you save 50% now on all my towels. They actually work. What a concept. This offer won't last long, so please order now.
mypillow.com.
Okay, we're back from the break. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Donna, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge Talk Show. So let's talk about the health benefits of Comfrey. Now, this is one of my favorite books right now. I'm an herbalist. I'm not certified yet, so I'm going for that certification coming up pretty soon. But I love this book right here. You can tell it's about worn out. Prescription for Nutritional Healing, and it's all about herbs and how to plant them and what to do about it. But I did want to mention this to you about Comfrey. And so this is what the author of the book says. His name is James F. Balch, MD, and his wife's name is Phyllis A. Balch, CNC. So this is what they say about Comfrey. They say that full of vitamins A, C, and E, and that's in the leaves and in the roots. And what it does is it acts as a blood cleanser beneficial for asthma, which is why I love it, coughs, ulcers, swelling, cramps, tuberculosis, pain and burns. Also good for the stomach, kidneys, bowels, and the lungs. Again, I love it. I have lung issues. Now here's the caution, and it's a big caution right here, okay? Use only under careful supervision by your physician or your healthcare practitioner. Do not use for longer than 3 months at a time. Could cause liver damage. So that's what the doctor says about that. Let's go ahead and start talking about the 10 benefits of Comfrey. The 3 things I wanted to point out to you is it's a natural healer for skin and muscles, but avoid it on broken skin. Attracts pollinators, boosting your garden biodiversity and health. Also, Comfrey tea enriches the soil, also uses as a mulch and a chicken feed. And we'll get in just a few minutes about why is it a tea? What are you talking about? We'll talk about that in just a few minutes. You can make nice salves and poultices with this. For centuries, Comfrey has been a staple in natural healing for its skin and muscle mending properties. Never seen a broken bone heal, but that's what it says right here in several of the articles that I've read. So the plant's leaves and roots are rich in allantoin, which accelerates skin cell regeneration. Makes it a go-to for homemade salves and particularly for bruises and sprains. Remember though, Comfrey should never touch broken skin due to the alkaloids content. Could be toxic if absorbed. Okay, so again, test out a little bit on your wrist like we've talked about before, just to make sure it's okay. All right, now nature's painkiller. So Comfrey's anti-inflammatory prowess is no joke. It's a natural painkiller, easing discomfort from conditions like osteoarthritis. When infused into an ointment, Comfrey can reduce swelling and alleviate pain, making it a favorite in the herbal medicine cabinet. However, it's crucial to use Comfrey topically and with caution, as its compounds can build up over the body over time, posing health risk. Always consult with a healthcare provider before incorporating Comfrey into any treatment regimen. And do your own research in this, okay? All right, now the garden's best kept secret, soil and plant booster. This is what I'm going to use it for too. Comfrey's deep roots are nature's miners. It gets right in. It's got a huge, huge tap root. By the way, wherever you put it, make sure it's where you want it because it will keep coming up. And it fetches ingredients that are out of reach for other plants. So these nutrients enrich the soil, create a more fertile ground for your garden. It is fantastic to plant right by your fruit trees, because this is what happens. Okay, so in the wintertime, it goes dormant, just like your peach trees and all those do. All of those wonderful, wonderful nutrients from that plant will get down there close to the roots of your fruit trees and cause growth abundance like crazy. And so that's what you're looking for. Now, while it's by the tree, and as the compounds go down in it, of course, I like the roots and the leaves and that kind of thing. But as it breaks down, it's going to be wonderful fertilizer for those trees as well. So think about comfrey. If you don't use it for anything, use it around your trees. Again, now it has a huge root. So wherever you put it, make sure that's where you want it to stay. So what you want to do is suit up with long sleeves and gloves. Harvest comfrey leaves with pruners. You want to bruise the leaves and submerge them in a bucket of water, just like we've done grass tea. You want to wait 3 to 6 weeks. Then you want to dilute the potent brew for your plants. You'll never have to buy fertilizer ever again if you'll use comfrey. That's why I plant so much of it. Now remember, timing is everything, so make sure you feed your plants when they crave that extra boost. Like when tomatoes are fruiting, don't let the stink scare you. It will smell horrible. That's just the smell of success. Okay, these comfrey it's a magnet, absolute magnet for your pollinators. So let's talk about that for just a minute. Something happened to my navigation and to my timers. Let's go ahead and pull that up real quick. There we go. There it is. Got to make sure I know what time it is, because I get so excited to talk about plants and stuff, I'm going to forget I'm on Earth. Okay, so by attracting a variety of pollinators, comfrey plays a pivotal role in enhancing garden biodiversity. And it's not just about the bees either. Predatory insects often frequent comfrey plants, helping to keep the pest population, in check. So this symbolic relationship supports a healthier, more resilient garden ecosystem. Healing and protection in folklore. So let's talk about that just a little bit. So comfrey's roots in folklore run as deep as the physical ones in the soil. It's known as knit bone. Its reputation for mending wounds isn't just a medicinal marvel. It's woven into cultural fabric across the globe. So anatoin is the compound responsible for its healing prowess and has elevated comfrey to a symbol of protection and recovery in many traditions. Okay, let's talk about weed warfare with comfrey mulch. This is why you're going to love it. Okay, so comfrey leaves are national warriors against weeds. When you use them as a mulch, they create a dense barrier that suppresses unwanted plants. All you have to do is chop up the leaves into pieces and spread them around your garden beds. It not only blocks the weeds, but it also enriches the soil as the leaves decompose, releasing valuable nutrients. Now let's talk about comfrey in the coop. Yeah, your chickens love it too. So chickens love the stuff. Comfrey's high protein content make it an excellent feed supplement for your feathered friends. And it's not just about the protein, though. The leaves are packed with potassium. It's essential for healthy bird growth. So all you have to do is wilt the leaves slightly before serving them to your chickens to avoid any potential issues with the tiny little hairs on the fresh leaves. So again, let them decompose just a little bit. You still want them to be green, but just a little bit. And I'm just going to tell you, they're going to absolutely love you. The chickens will think you're all that in a bag of chips. Okay. And another thing is it's a plant of resilience. So stories of comfrey's regenerative powers have sprouted up in various cultures, much like its robust purple flowers. Now, the plant doesn't just grow, it comes back stronger. That's why I'm saying better plant it where you want it to be. No wonder the tales of the restorative abilities have been passed through generations, making it a beacon of hope in gardens and in folklore. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Donna, and I'm your host of Donna's Edge Talk Show. Can't wait to see you next time around. You have a wonderful, fantastic day.